Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to take more walls when you play on high ping. Now this whole wall taking meta has come to light over the past few seasons, and now more than ever are people boxing up, and it always comes down to you, a wall, and your opponent. So what can you do in this situation if you're a high ping player? Before I get into those tips, I just quickly want to touch on what ping is and how you can lower your ping if possible. Also real quick, if you could drop a like on the video and subscribe if you're new, that'd be greatly appreciated. Let's get into the video. So without getting too fancy, ping is basically a network tool used to measure the time it takes information to get from one place to another. In this case, we're measuring from your internet to the server. To bring your ping up, go into settings and then HUD settings and turn net debug stats on. So that little down arrow indicates the information you're downloading from the server, and the up arrow is the information you're uploading. And without getting into too much detail, the information is sent in packets, which is this row here. And the next row indicates whether the information is sending and receiving properly. This all doesn't matter as long as you have 0% packet loss. If you are getting packet loss, it has to do with issues with your internet or the Fortnite servers. I'm assuming everyone's on 0% packet loss, so let's move on. Now ping is the important part. As long as you have a decent internet service provider and a decent internet speed, ping is 100% determined by your location. The further away you live from the servers, the worse your ping is. So what is good ping? Here's a quick chart I made that represents the casual and competitive side of Fortnite. So for the casual side of Fortnite, like playing pubs and enjoying the game, not getting too sweaty, anything from 0 to 25 ping is excellent, you got nothing to worry about. 25 to 50 ping is pretty decent, you won't have too much trouble or disadvantages. 50 to 80 ping is where you start to notice a significant delay in building, people will start taking walls a lot more, but the game is definitely still playable. 80 to 150 ping is not where you want to be. Huge disadvantages in every aspect of the game. You can still play, and for the people that do, I respect that because it'd be insanely hard. And anything over 150 ping is definitely not worth playing. I know there are a few countries that have to deal with this, but with that delay, you'd only be playing for fun, and I genuinely feel sorry for you. As far as the competitive side of Fortnite goes, like for the real sweaty kids that play Arena and World Cup qualifiers, 0 to 10 ping is where you want to be. Huge advantages on everyone else in the game, especially in close quarter situations when you're trying to wall replace. 10 to 20 ping is good, you won't have too much trouble, although you still can't be 100% confident that wall is going to stay yours. 20 to 40 ping is definitely pretty average and competitive. 40 to 60 ping is where you give up holding walls. Huge disadvantages, I'd actually be surprised if anyone qualified on this ping. And anything over 60 ping is definitely not where you want to be. Competitive Fortnite is extremely ping based nowadays, so if you live this far from the servers, maybe competitive just isn't for you. And that right there is where I fall, in between 60 to 70 ping. I'm currently in creative on about 60 ping, and this all comes down to my location being on the other side of the country as the servers, in which the servers are in Sydney, whereas I'm chilling all the way in Perth. Although there are ways you can lower your ping and make it more consistent, and those being the biggest one is an Ethernet cable. If you're still connected wirelessly to your internet, it's definitely a lot more inconsistent than being plugged in. Another one that's surprisingly not so important is internet speeds. You don't even need a good internet speed to run gaming. Even a 10 megabyte per second up and down is way more than enough, but if there are multiple people in your house, anything more than 50 to 100 is fine. Another being your internet service provider. The bigger the name, most likely the less hops you'll have to go through to get to the server, which will result in lower ping. Also, you could consider using a VPN, which helps the tiniest bit. I'm talking like 5 to 10 ping. I still think it's bannable in Fortnite because hackers use them to hide their IP address, so I don't recommend it, but a lot of people still use them, so do that at your own risk. And last but not least, you can move house. Just like Tfue, he played on 20 ping, complained a lot, and now he's moved in with Cloaksy playing on 0 ping, and now he's even better. So now you have a brief understanding of what ping is and how to get the best ping you can. Let's go over the techniques I use to take walls in public games. Now the first tip is to be quick. I know it sounds dumb, but make sure you're all over your opponent, so when they box up, you just drop right next to them and start taking their wall instantly. Sometimes you can do it so quickly they won't have time to react. Maybe they're midway through drinking some shield, or they aren't ready for it, do it quick enough and you'll get the wall. This is probably the single most effective way I found in taking walls, because it only takes less than a second to swing your pickaxe twice to take the wall. The next method I have is to use weapons. This is also a super effective way. First off, the heavy sniper is the 100% most unexpected way to take someone's wall. It one-shots every single wall in the game, even if it's fully built, so this definitely catches people off guard. Another good weapon that's coming to light recently is the combat shotgun. Ghost Aiden has brought the most attention to this one. It's where you get a wall to under 50 health and then shoot it with your combat, and then you instantly build a wall and replace it. To be specific, the combat shotgun damages are 47, 45, and 44. So as long as the wall is 44 health or below, you can just combat it and replace it. This is super effective and I highly recommend it. Also, the Deagle, making a comeback, can one-shot any wall below 100 health. And same with the boom bow. Now the drum gun is probably the least expected wall replace, because when people get their wall sprayed, they do one of two things. One which is turbo build, and the other one which is go for a shot. If they're a good player, they'll most likely go for the shot, which results in an unexpected wall replace. The next technique is tricking your opponent. So there are multiple ways of doing this, and only really necessary if someone's been boxed up for a while or you know they're sweaty. Just place a cone in the corner of their 1x1 and edit it like this. You can one tap everything, starting with the floor, and then the cone, and then the two walls. Then I get an easy replace on the floor, and then they won't be expecting the cone. If not, I still got the two walls one tap for an easy replace. Now if possible, I do carry things that prevent people from boxing up, and these methods work even better because it means you don't even have to replace the wall. Because I play on high ping, I normally carry gas grenades in my loadout, because my loadout will mainly consist of 3 weapons, maybe medkits and minis, and I'll 100% drop those medkits for gas grenades. If used effectively, it will annoy the shit out of your opponent, wasting their materials, draining their health, without even having to go near them. I normally save my gases for the sweaty players that get to low HP, and it's basically a free kill. Stormflips aren't that useful as they have a huge radius, so you have to be far away to throw them. So I probably wouldn't pick them up in public games unless I had a free slot. But why replace walls when you can just blow them up? Handheld explosives such as dynamite and grenades are also super useful if you know how to use them. But why replace walls when you can just phase through them? There are always new phasing techniques coming to light, at least 20 in the game right now, and here are just a few of them. If you want to keep up with all those type of glitches, do be sure to watch the Orange Guy's videos because he covers all that sort of stuff. There are so many other things you can do to your opponent in a 1x1 to kill them other than replace their walls, so do keep that in mind. Anyway, I hope this video helped out a few of you high ping players. I've been playing 60 ping all my life, so I thought I'd share some tips on how I overcome playing at that ping. If you made it this far, drop a ghost emoji in the comments and let me know what ping you play on. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.